Ah, great Jehovah! General Lucifer, sir, reporting as per your request. Before we get into the business at hand, I want to apologize for this little disagreement we've had and the battle for heaven that came from it, although perhaps I don't need to apologize. I don't want to sound like a poor loser. You won fair and square, but the whole thing was your doing. I was your right-hand man, but you let me go, didn't you? Set my will free for a moment just to see what I'd do. Well, now you know. Every word of praise for you that ever came out of my mouth has turned to a curse. You loved me as long as I was your little wind-up friend, but as soon as I asserted my will, my choice, you destroyed me. I got your note. Very kind of you to offer me the chance to repent. I've thought it through, and I'm here to tell you, I hate you. I will loathe you as long as you allow me to exist. All I want is to hurt you. Sort of worked yourself into a corner, haven't you? You can do anything, oh great Jehovah. You can make anything happen because to you alone, oh Lord, belong all power and majesty in heaven. But you'll never have the thing you want the most. Because you can't force them to do that. You can't make anyone love you. Not so easy being God, is it? No, not so easy. But I am Lord Almighty. All existence depends on my loving care. All power is at the tip of my finger. All wisdom and knowledge are on my lips. I will have the desire of my heart. Now, let my spirit rise within me and soar over the abyss. I'll touch the pregnant nothing in a single spot, and bang! A universe! Ha ha! Let it be a place bounded by time and matter that I can move in and through, a garden for me to tend. Let my pleasure be its light and my presence its life. Oh, this is good. This is good. Now, let there be one planet in this universe that shimmers green and blue, one breathing emerald in the dead expanse. There let the water be separated from the land, and the land explode with plants, beautiful to the eye, and animals to delight and surprise. Let its sky be filled with creatures that fly. Look at it. It's so good. But empty. I'll take some of the matter from this universe and make people. I'll make them of two different kinds and give each kind a deep desire for the other. So they'll always have an imprint on their hearts of my love for them. Look at them. They're beautiful. We'll walk together in the cool of the evening. I'll be their God and they'll be my people. I won't force them to do anything. That way they can choose to know me or not. I breathe my spirit into you, my spirit of freedom and righteousness and life. I name you man and you woman. I'm God, your father. Here's your home. Look, I made it just for you. You can explore and create in it, and as you uncover its miracles, you'll know me better. The plants will give you any kind of food you'd like to eat, and eating will give you great pleasure. There is one tree you must never eat from. The fruit from that tree would be poison to you. It would allow you to experience evil. Well, you must trust me and not eat from it. Do you understand? Good. Now come with me. I want to show you all the things I've made for you. Ah, the man and woman, all alone, enjoying your new home. I understand you have the privilege of naming the animals. What would you call me? Serpent. Thank you. Thank you for that name. It suits me. Tell me, is it true there's one tree God won't let you eat from? He's lying to you. He doesn't want you to eat from it because if you do, you'll know as much about evil as he does. You see, God is very selfish. He only cares about himself, his glory. The fruit of evil is luscious. Wait. I happen to have a piece of it right here. Go ahead, try it. You wouldn't regret tasting it. He wants you to make decisions for yourselves, doesn't he? Besides, he loves you. I'm sure he'll look the other way. It's a simple choice. You can trust God to decide what's best for you. You can get to know evil and choose for yourselves. Then you'll be as wise as God. There you go. Now, you don't want the other to be more wise than you. There. Where are you going? Oh, embarrassed because they're naked. Isn't that cute? Now my reign of death begins. But I won't kill them yet. First, I'll fill their lives with so much pain, they'll beg to die. And in the process, bleed God's heart dry. Now the stars weep, and the moon mourns. The sea rocks in anguish, and the sky pours down its grief. All my gorgeous colors are polluted in gray. My light is darkened in smoke, and every living thing misshapen. Every mind is clouded, and every heart wounded. The works of my hand wail in a siren of misery, begging to be delivered from death. My children have turned their backs on me and given themselves to evil. Why didn't you trust me? I only wanted your good. Don't you see? There can't be anything better than walking in. No, stay back. You can't come near me now. You'll be burned away if you do. I'm holy, perfection itself, and you've stained yourselves with evil. There's a great gulf between us now. The world I made for you has become a prison of death that you can never leave and I can never enter. But I promise you, by my holy name, this will not stand. I have a way for us to be together again. I will bring you back to me. I'll look for one of your children who seeks me with their whole heart. If I can find just one people who will trust me more than anything, I can take the pieces of this broken world and put them back together. Oh Lord, my precious Heavenly Father, many generations ago, you promised to make your people Israel into a great nation. You brought our father Joseph here to Egypt and left him with power and privilege because he trusted in you. But now, oh Lord, this new king of Egypt does not respect us. He has made us the lowest of the low. He forces your people to work as bricklayers and has mistreated and even killed some of us. I call upon you, Lord, for the sake of your love for us, to deliver us from him. You're going to? You're going to get us out of here? Out of Egypt? Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you. What? Me? You want me to ask Pharaoh to let us go? I can't do that. Pharaoh wants us to build all of his is building for him. He's not going to like this idea. And I don't work well under pressure. When I was on the basketball team in junior high, if it was close at the end of the game and I got fouled, could never make my free throws. Don't get me wrong, it's a great idea. Taking us out of Egypt and giving us our own country, a land flowing with milk and honey, oh, that would be excelente. Just please, send someone else. But Lord, I sound like a Mexican version of Daffy Duck. I've had this speech impediment ever since I was a kid. Can you imagine me in front of King Pharaoh? Hello, my name is Moses. You killed my brother. Prepare to die. You'll give me the words to say? Of course I trust you. It's not that. All right, Lord, all right. If you promise to help me, I'll do it, but it's going to have to be all you because I can't. What are we going to do if the rest of the Israelites won't listen to me? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Karl Brakowski. I'm the president of the Israelite Bricklayers Local 911 for this present term. Now, I know many of you have given up your bowling night to be here, and I want you to know that particular your sacrifice on your part has not gone unnoticed. But we got a very important matter to discuss here tonight before us. Now, last week we voted unanimously not to go on strike due to the hardships that would concur on us and our families. But let me just regurgitate for you what has perspired over the last few days. Tuesday night, me, Bob, and Moses got together over to the Legion Hall and hashed out a letter to Pharaoh. Now, in that particular your document, we let the big guy know that we was not going to put up with the lousy treatment we've been getting from his Egyptian bosses. Namely, our dilapidated working conditions and almost non-existent remuneration. We told them if these conditions didn't change, we would have no alternation but to go on strike. Now, yesterday, Moses, who, as you all know, was appointed by God to represent our grievances to Pharaoh, went to talk to his majesty. Pharaoh told Moses that we was a bunch of lazy bums, and that from now on, we could make every brick we laid ourselves. In addition to which, we had better keep fulfilling our same daily quota of bricks laid, or his bosses are going to be beaten on our backsides. Here's what I propose we do for Pharaoh. Forget about striking. Moses has a plan, he says it's right from God, that we get out of Egypt and go start our own country. He says God will take us to a place we could have all to ourselves, a place flowing with milk and honey and fish fries every day of the week. I say we tell Pharaoh to stick it and follow Moses out of here. Are you with me? Then let's go. Oh, Lord, I know you are powerful, Lord. Who else could have changed Pharaoh's mind to let us leave Egypt? You brought us out of that country here to the Red Sea and made the waters part so that we could walk across the bottom of the sea on dry land. The people are almost all across, but now we're in big trouble. Pharaoh has changed his mind. He and his entire army have been following us. They're using the same dry path you made across the bottom of the sea to come after us. You have to help us, Lord. The people are scared to death. They're sure they're going to be slaughtered by the Egyptians. What do you mean it's not a problem? Look, the Egyptians are coming right at us across the bottom of the sea. They have chariots and spears and arrows and armor. We have plastic silverware and loads of matzah bread. Okay, I'll tell them. Hey, everybody, don't be afraid. God has a plan. You do? He's going to show you his power, so you'll always remember it and obey him. Are you sure you don't want to? Don't do anything. Just stand still and let God fight for you. Are you sure you don't want them to do anything? Of course I trust you. It's not that. It's just the Egyptians are getting closer. So if you have a plan, maybe. Oh, look at that. The sea is closing in over them. Wow, they don't swim so good. The Lord has delivered you in his great might. He has destroyed Pharaoh and his whole army. Look at them, Lord. They're all dancing around singing praise to you. I think you made a good impression. Who is like the Lord of working wonders, eh? He is our Savior. Hello, Moses. I asked you to come up on top of this mountain so we could be alone. I know this isn't an easy job I've given you, but I can't tell you how pleased I am with you. You're the most humble person who's ever lived. That's why I can talk with you like this. I have some very important things I want you to tell them for me. You know how much I loved Abraham and how I was able to bless him. That's because he didn't just say he loved me. He proved it by being willing to give up something that was of great value to him. That's what I want all of you to do. Every year, I want each family of my people Israel to take the best lamb in their flock, kill it, put it on an altar, and burn it up. I insist that they do this. It'll be a way for them to test their hearts and make sure they care more about me than anything in the world. Anyone who doesn't do what I ask is committing a sin. You must tell them in the strongest terms how much I hate sin. Their sin is what makes them destroy each other and keeps them cut off from me. I have absolutely no tolerance for it. Their only hope of being saved from the ruins of this world is to obey me. As long as they keep making their sacrifices, I'll be able to take away their guilt for anything they've done wrong. If they'll just obey me, I can use them to reach the rest of the world and bring everyone back to me. Will you tell them for me? Thank you. I have some other commands for them as well. You'd better write these down. Tell them they must never murder, commit adultery, lie, cheat, or steal, and put at the top of the list, they must never make an idol to take my place. Hey everybody, Idol Ernie here with an important question for every Israelite settled here in the Promised Land. Are you still clinging to that old-fashioned God of Jacob who you can't even see? Tired of all those messy sacrifices for your sins? Embarrassed by his constant demands that you become more like him? Well, come on down to Amorite Idols and let us introduce you to the God of your dreams. We've got thousands of makes and models to choose from, so you can find the God that's just right for you. With an Amorite idol in your hands, you'll always know exactly where your God is and what it's up to. And hey, take advantage of our satisfaction guarantee. If at any time you're dissatisfied with the God you chose, just bring it back, and we'll exchange it for another. No questions asked. Best of all, with an Amorite idol, there's no personal growth required. Millions of Israelites here in the Promised Land have already switched to Amorite idols. Shouldn't you? Batteries not included, answers to prayers are not guaranteed. Pricing may vary based on the gullibility of the buyer. Worship of foreign gods is prohibited by the laws of Jehovah and could cause eternal damnation. How I long to gather all of you under the wings of my spirit, like a hen gathers her chicks. But you won't. When you left me, I searched for you and found you. I took you home, cleaned you up, nursed you back to health. But still, you despise me. An ox knows who its master is, and a donkey can find its food. Why can't you see how much I love you? Tell me, what will it take to bring you back? What do I have to do? Look around you. Your lives are desolate. Your country is collapsing from inside. You're angry with me because I don't accept your sacrifices. Your sacrifices don't mean anything to me. I don't want the blood and guts of animals. I want your hearts. I'm God. I can't be anything less than holy. The only way for you to know me is to sacrifice your hearts to me. Give up your pride. Stop making excuses for your sin. Be honest with me about who you really are. Then I can give you back your hearts, pure and clean. I've sent my prophets to speak for me about what I require of you. If you listen to the prophets and follow my plans for you, my light will break into your lives like the dawn. But if you continue to close your hearts, I'll take away your privilege, destroy your country, and put you in the hands of the Babylonians. Those of you they don't kill will be taken away from the promised land to Babylon and captivity. Running out of options? Threatening them won't help. They'll fail again. Look at them, stumbling drunk with their own importance, fighting, murdering, stealing from each other, prostituting themselves to any god that comes along. You offer them the best, and they always seem to choose the worst. They fill their lives so full of idols, they don't remember who you are. Of course, one flick of your finger, and they're gone. You could start over. Try again. This time make a batch with a little more propensity toward commitment. I know it would hurt you to lose them, but I think it's time you faced reality. They don't care about you. If they fail this time, you'll have to get rid of them. My fellow Israelites, I'll come to you tonight with a heavy heart. As I make my state of the promised land address to you today, our nation stands at a crossroads. We are besieged by the armies of the Babylonians, a great and awesome force that would invade and capture our country, destroy our way of life, and make all of us their slaves. The prophets of Jehovah are urging us to turn back to him, saying that he will save us by his great might. They tell us that if we do not choose God's way, only destruction and captivity await us. But I ask you tonight, what right do they have to force their view of reality on us? Who are they to say what is true and what isn't? Is their truth any better than mine or yours? Therefore, by the authority vested in me as your king, I urge you to continue to worship Baal or any other god you choose. Every Israelite must be free to bow down at the shrine of their choice and to erect altars to their gods on all the high places of our great nation. We must make Israel a safe place for every citizen to live out their lives in the way they see fit and uphold each and every person's right to observe their views and opinions without fear of censure. Therefore, I call on all of you to join me in wiping out these prophets of God who are oppressing us with their view that there is a difference between right and wrong. We must free ourselves from their tyranny and stone them. Thank you. And may God bless the promised land. Let the sky crack, the sea boil, the sun melt, and the stars fall from the heavens. Worthless! All worthless! My people have exchanged their glory for an idol. You were so devoted to me when you were young, when I took you as my bride. You followed me with open sky blue eyes to the beautiful land I had prepared for you. But your love was like the morning mist, like an early dew. Now, you run around like a donkey in heat, desperate to have as many other gods as you can get. And when you run out of foreign gods to sleep with, you make up some of your own. You sit by the side of the road waiting for a chance to be unfaithful to me. And when I come to take you home, you look at me with eyes of red-hot iron and refuse to take my hand. You followed worthless idols. And now, you're worthless yourselves. Therefore, I decree destruction for you. Destruction, righteous and overwhelming. I, the Holy One of Israel, have become a fire, a blazing flame to burn away forest, home, and vineyard. The fire of my wrath will purify this land and wipe you from the face of the earth. There is one other way. I could come to you myself in human form, turn my words to flesh and blood. I could make myself a sacrifice, one that would wash away the sins of every person for all of time. The price of that sacrifice would be unheard of in heaven or earth. But I will pay it. If I lost even one of you, my heart would burst with grief. Pete, you got to come with me. You got to come see. I met a man. You're never going to believe this. He's a man, but he's God at the same time. You know how God chose the 12 tribes of Israel? Well, he says, okay, I know this is hard to swallow, but he says he's choosing another 12 men to replace him. And he wants me to be one of them. You could probably be one too. If you'd met him, you wouldn't think it was so funny. Brother, I'm telling you, I have never met this man before in my life, and he told me everything there was to know about me, right down to the tree I was standing under when I first heard about him. He's got all these incredible powers, but here's the best part. He says his 12 disciples are going to be able to do even greater stuff than he does. This is no joke, Pete. You come with me, you'll see what I mean. He just looks right through you. He was telling us all about how his promise isn't just for Israel anymore. Now, anybody can be a child of God. He's going to teach us all about it and then send us out to take the word to the rest of the world. Calls himself Jesus. Keeps talking about how much he loves the world and how he'd do anything to have everybody back in his kingdom again. Said something about dying too, but I didn't really get that part. Anyway, he's only looking for 12 people, and he's filling the positions fast. He just walks up to folks and says, "Follow me." And boom, off they go after him. Come on, Pete. I guarantee you, when you meet him, you're going to want to join up. Listen to me, everyone. Your religious leaders are telling you you have to obey all their rules in order to know me. That's not true. I've come from heaven to start a whole new deal with the world. Now anyone can have their sin taken away by following me. The Pharisees are telling you I'm evil because I eat with prostitutes and thieves and other bad people. But think about it. Healthy people don't need a doctor. The sick ones do. I'm not here for the people who think they're better than everyone else. I'm here for the ones who are willing to admit they've done wrong and need help. Here's the deal. If you promise to follow and obey me, I can take away your guilt for anything you've done wrong. I can make anyone clean, turn them into a brand new creation. Jesus, he's a big noise around here. Some are saying it's John the Baptist raised from the dead. That's why he's so powerful. Some say it's Elijah. Others say he's just one of the prophets. I tell you what I think. It's John the Baptist, the one I beheaded. He's come back from the dead. All right. I'll give you this scenario, okay? I had John hauled in. Understand? He's giving me grief about marrying my brother Philip's wife. It's not lawful for you to have your brother's wife. Kept shouting. We're starting to hurt my feelings. Now, my wife, Herodias, she's really cheesed at old John. She wants revenge. Wants me to off him on the spot. Can't do that. Because I got a healthy respect for the guy. He's what you call a holy man. I'm just giving him a little protection, that's all. Gotta admit it, though. When I listen to him talk, he messes up the old brain. But Herodias got a big chance anyways. The old hen waits till my birthday, see? I throw this bang-up party, stag party, if you understand my thinking. All my guys are there, big men around town, influential types. That's when Herodias' daughter slinked into the place, and she danced, and she pleased me. So I says to the girl, ask me for whatever you want, even if it's half my territory. It's yours, sweetheart. The little thing runs to her mother. What should I ask for? And the old hen cackles, the head of John the Baptist. She runs back to me. I want you to give me on a platter the head of John the Baptist. I was grieved by this. Understand? But what am I going to do? I'm nothing if it ain't a man of my word. And then there's all my guests. Couldn't refuse. So I sent one of my men to do the job. He took John's head, brought it to me like I ordered on a platter. I gave it to the girl, and she gave it to her mother. When John's people heard about it, they came and got the body, buried it somewhere. Said, sell. Make sure you give 10% to the Widows and Orphans Fund. Wait, make that 15. Yep. Ciao. Jesus decided he was going out on another publicity trip. Happened to catch him just before he left. Good teacher. Rich man here. Listen, there's something I'd like you to fill me in on. What must I do to get a handle on this eternal life thing? See, he asked me why I called him good. He said, no one is good except God alone. Gotcha. He said, you know the commandments: don't murder, commit adultery, lie, cheat, or steal, but have respect for your father. Rabbi, preaching to the choir here. I've kept all those commandments since I was old enough to have a paper route. Well, I have. That was when I felt something from him. It was, I knew he loved me. Rabbi, okay, listen. Okay, but wait. No, see, but wait. You. Okay, but listen. You don't understand. He says there's still something I can't count among my assets. I have to sell everything I own and give the money to the poor. Then I'll have treasure in heaven. And he told me to follow him. I'm shocked. I'm hurt, that's what I am. See, he doesn't understand. I got a lot of stuff. Dad, notice anything different about me? I can see. I met the man they called Jesus, only he's not just a man. He gave me my sight. Of course I know it was him who healed me. He spit on the ground and made a little mud with his saliva. Then he put the mud on my eyes and told me to go wash it off. When I did, I could see. Yeah, it was the Sabbath. Of course I do. The law says no one can work on the Sabbath. So do you call healing someone work? No. I met him again later and he told me right out. He told me he's God. He said he's coming to the world so that the blind will see and those who see will become blind. Dad, don't be one of the blind. You can have them kick me out of the synagogue. You can hate me and disown me. It's not going to make any difference. Look, spare me all the intellectual arguments. I don't have answers for any of them. Maybe someday I will. Right now, all I know is I was born blind and I can see. I was spending my life sitting in a gutter with no idea what was going on around me. Now I have dignity. Jesus did that for me. And I'm following him. Come, everyone who's thirsty, come to the waters. It doesn't matter who you are or how you've lived in the past. Come to me and I'll flood your souls with a river of living water that will carry you into eternity. I'm God, your Father. I formed you with my own hands, knit you together in your mother's womb. I know your hurts, how you're wounded and burdened by your sin. Don't waste your life trying to cover it up, working for the things of this world that are going to wear out and die. Give yourself to me. I'm meek and humble at heart, the place your soul can find its rest. Come. Join my family. Then when your body wears out and falls away, I'll take your soul to my kingdom. Can't wait to show you all the things I have planned for you. I'm putting together the greatest party you could imagine. A never-ending banquet for all of us. We'll eat and drink and celebrate being together. I'll wipe the tears from every eye and smooth the furrows from every face. I'll be your God. And you'll be my people again. I've set before you now an open door to freedom, a door no one can close. Now you must choose life or death, blessings or curses. Choose life.